And we are live here at West Regional Championships at Naranja Park in Oro Valley, Arizona, in partnership with Visit Tucson. I am Michael Rodriguez. I will be commentating this game between Lost Boys and Salt Lake Quidditch Club. Salt Lake starting with the quaffle, almost lost it. Looks like Lost Boys will recover the quaffle after that turnover. Now Lost Boys with bludger control, putting a lot of pressure, muscling through, dunking it at the left hoop. Lost Boys first blood of this game. Now, both of these teams played yesterday. Lost Boys coming away with the win over Salt Lake, but very familiar with each other already. Today's a new day. Let's see how these teams adjust. Salt Lake with great passing at the top of the key. Their beaters being pressured back. Now Salt Lake also being pressured back. Beat out of the play. Very aggressive beats by Lost Boys, forcing a reset all the way back to the hoops. Technically could have beat the keeper there since he no longer had immunity, but choosing instead to reset all the way back with the rest of the Lost Boys team. Lost Boys sitting back, falling back into their 2-2 zone at the hoops. Salt Lake looking to attack now, passing it back, number 47, Vombar, passing it off to number 20. Allen looking to drive in, dishes back, give and go, gets wrapped up, falls to the ground, gets rid of the quaffle, but cleaned up by the beaters from Lost Boys. Looking to counterattack now on a fast break. A lot of bodies in the way, but defender beat out of the play. Lost Boys slowed it down a bit. A deep pass behind the hoops, stifled by a beater from Salt Lake, able to quickly read that play. Score remains 10-0 in favor of Lost Boys. Salt Lake playing very patiently up top, not trying to force anything. The Lost Boys beaters continuing to be very aggressive now, forcing another reset. Salt Lake going all the way back, trying to take as much space as possible. Now they will have to advance the quaffle and will not be allowed to go back into their half of the field once they cross mid-pitch, which they just did. Aggressive beat at the top of the key. Pass goes to number 44, drives, takes a shot right off the top, barely misses, tries to recover it. Lost Boys with the quaffle instead. A bit unfortunate there for Salt Lake. That was a good look. Beaters playing aggressive from Lost Boys capitalized on that opportunity to drive in as soon as the bludger was thrown. Empty hoop, but just unable to connect with the quaffle through it. Now Lost Boys with a chance to extend their lead. Quaffle in the hands of Lost Boys keeper. A little bit of pressure there, but Seto, number 7 for Lost Boys, beater, clearing up all the space in the middle of the field. A lot of room to drive. Lost Boys dishes behind hoops. There's a bit of a scrum there. Quaffle's being thrown around, recovered by Lost Boys. Blocks a beat. Spin moves out of one tackle. Passes through. The shot goes good. 20-0 for Lost Boys. That was number 52. Can't quite read the name on the back of their jersey right now, but that was a great spin move from Woozy, 52, to basically create that scoring opportunity by himself, block the beat beforehand, spin moves, and then quick stutter step to get past the keeper. Clean shot. Even had a chaser behind hoops there to recover a potential missed shot or rebound, but didn't need it. Goal was good, confirmed by the head ref now. So the score is 20-0 for Lost Boys. Salt Lake yet to score, but Quaffle will be returning to them. Lost Boys doing a great job of maintaining control throughout this game so far. A bit early, but Salt Lake definitely looking to potentially get bludger control back. Makes their offense a little bit easier, but Lost Boys being aggressive again, dodging that beat, applying a ton of pressure up top, forcing a reset again. Dropping back. Seems like Lost Boys their strategy seems to be aggressive beating as soon as the Salt Lake City keeper crosses mid-pitch, forcing a reset, which limits their options on their next possession. Now, again, unable to cross backwards. Can't even get tackled back there. Deep pass behind hoops. Pass was good, controlled, but beat out of the play immediately by Lost Boys beater. Salt Lake not finding any room to advance the Quaffle towards the hoops meaningfully. Lost Boys doing a great job at shutting down all the scoring opportunities before they're able to materialize. Again, a lot of space in the middle of the pitch, broken up by Lost Boys beaters. Nice fadeaway mid-range shot by Scarfone, number 13 from Lost Boys. Definitely went through the hoop. Question is, did that?
We are back. My name is Mary Kimball. I'm USQ's Executive Director, stepping in for Michael Rodriguez, who is going to fill in as a ref on this game. So this is the first time, I believe, that Salt Lake City and Lost Boys have played this tournament. So many teams that start with S. They were in different pools yesterday. Salt Lake, I believe, went 1-3. Let me double check that. Make sure we get these standings right. If you want to. Just pulling up those standings. Where'd it go? So looking at the standings from yesterday, Salt Lake, excuse me, I was totally wrong. I was thinking of another pool. Salt Lake went 2-1 in their pool yesterday. Lost Boys went 3-1. Really exciting to see Salt Lake here. The Utah region has had a rich history of collegiate and club teams centered around the Salt Lake City area with the University of Utah and Utah State, and it's great to see that these players that have been such a huge part of that college scene back again this weekend. Standout players like, of course, Cameron Dunbar. I believe there are many members of the Williams family potentially here. Nathan Liu, Gina Allen, just familiar names for people who know the Utah Quidditch scene. And of course, Lost Boys, been around for 10 years. All club players have quite a mix of people now. Excuse me. Play has resumed. Salt Lake has the Quaffle racing down. This might be their scoring opportunity, and they do. They dunk it straight through the center hoop. That is Utah's Salt Lake, man. First goal of this game. Salt Lake has so far exhibited a pretty strong defense, as you can see by the fact that the score isn't hugely high, but on the offense, they haven't had as many opportunities. It looks like maybe actually that goal wasn't good. I don't see the scoreboard being updated. We will get more information from that as we have it. So Salt Lake forced once again to use their reset. This is a technique that we've seen by the Lost Boys. They are applying a lot of pressure. And actually, maybe it looks like that goal from Salt Lake wasn't good earlier. I don't see the scoreboard updating it, so I will update my scoreboard accordingly, folks. But hopefully, if we can see more moments like that from Salt Lake, being able to find the correct openings, they can get it in. There's just a lot of pressure from the Lost Boys defense right now. Good block by, I believe that's DiCarlo on Lost Boys. Quaffle goes off pitch, though. I think might have been a kickoff pitch by Lost Boys player after they got the Quaffle. We'll see what the head ref says. Oh, excuse me. That was a kick from Salt Lake. I apologize if I have unfairly maligned Lost Boys here. That was a kick off pitch, I believe, by a Salt Lake player. Quaffle will be with Lost Boys. As you can see, Salt Lake, well, not sure if you can see their entire thing. Let me pan a little bit. Salt Lake has their entire team on this side, and it is possible their beaters aren't really in a position to do much to stop the ball carrier on Lost Boys right now. So we'll see what happens, especially because Lost Boys has that extra protection right now with Sato right there. Or Cito, excuse me. Lost Boys might have a good opportunity to turn this into a quick goal as we deliberate over what's happening. So there's no call on the play, just I believe a turnover, and we are seeing Lost Boys, like I said, race down this field. They don't even necessarily need bludger protection. Strong pass to Cheyenne Long, I believe, and that is another goal for Lost Boys. Oh, and it looks like that goal from Salt Lake earlier was good. So score is now 10-40 with Lost Boys up 30. Fambar with the quaffle just past the midfield line. Lost Boys, though, with bludger control, going to make this a little bit harder. We're seeing that pressure again from Lost Boys high back into Salt Lake's area. They're all trying to keep the quaffle, but there's so many people rapping right now. It did look like there might have been some back contact there. I'm unclear if Lost Boys, if DeCarlo initiated from behind. With two-arm tackling, there's just a lot of movement happening, and with people spinning and turning, sometimes something that might look like back contact to us started as front contact and was fine. So Lost Boys now has the quaffle, passes it back to, I believe that's Scarfone. Salt Lake tries to wrestle it out of their hands, but there might be another call. I'm not sure what for. It looks like Salt Lake initiated, maybe initially from behind, but then let go immediately. I can't confirm that is Sam Scarfoni. I believe in his keeper, which is a very dark green headband. Scarfoni, a Northeast player originally, I believe. Lost Boys was started by Northeast transplants, if I'm getting my Quidditch history correct. Great to see that tradition continue. I was mentioning earlier before play got started up, the composition of club teams has really changed over the last 2 years, and they're such a rich mix of like mini pieces of Quidditch history, and you definitely see that here on both teams. And Lost Boys jerseys looking great, of course. Just want to point that out. Yesterday they were wearing their white jerseys. Today they're wearing their black ones. I like the black ones. Personal favorite, but I love the blue and teal combination of Salt Lake. Play has resumed. Scarfoni bringing the quaffle up, getting some protection from Smythe. Marigold trying to pressure, but gets beat. Allen now in his point defender. Smythe not going after them, though, going after the other beater instead. Loses the bludger. Scarfoni makes a pass. It ends up in the hands of Vombar, who looks like has a fast break opportunity. Stopped initially by maybe some... I'm not quite sure. Honestly, it looked like Vombar's momentum was stopped initially by some net contact from Scarfoni. So I'm wondering if that's what the call on the play is. So Scarfoni as keeper need to have someone switched to fill in as keeper because you have to have a keeper at all times in Quidditch. We'll see what happens now with Von Bar's fast break. He was in a much better position earlier, but it looks like maybe he can get it a little bit too high for Allen, unfortunately. Tries to get it, and Marigold, I believe, recovers, wrapped by DiCarlo, brings in, has an opportunity to pass to number 9, who is beat, unfortunately, but was in the right place. Good hustle, just unfortunately a beat by, I believe, Cito. And now DiCarlo, who has the keeper headband on, has the quaffle, walking it up slowly. Lost Boys does not have bludger control. Smythe heading behind the hoops to try to get that other bludger. And Lost Boys has used their reset thanks to some pressure from Marigold, but Marigold is beat by Vong and heads back to hoops. Allen putting a tiny bit of pressure on as number 9 again comes around, forcing DiCarlo to move. DiCarlo is beat. Allen picks up the quaffle, wrapped by a Lost Boys player. Quaffle is back in the hands of number 27 on Lost Boys. They try to score, intercepted though. Great block by Von Bar there.
Way to go, Cam!
Von Bar with Salt Lake with the quaffle, passes over to Marigold. Allen with the quaffle, pass it to Marigold. Goal is no good though. Lou recovers, passes intercepted by Long, who passes it over to DiCarlo. It doesn't appear, I don't know if Salt Lake has any bludgers right now. They just got one back. Tried to beat DiCarlo. DiCarlo passes it to Chana on Lost Boys. There's a little bit of a turtle right now, waiting for beaters to clean up or for the countdown to happen, and presumably Salt Lake will end up with the quaffle in this situation. Okay, so Von Bar with the quaffle, advancing up the center, facing a 2-2 zone from Lost Boys. Passes from Allen back to Von Bar, getting pressure from Scarfoni as well as the beaters. There is another forced reset. Lost Boys using this move again and again with Salt Lake, and it seems to be working, making them delay things a little bit. Von Bar passes over to the left, then a swap, and it's back in the hands of Von Bar. It's a little bit dangerous still to be that close to the sidelines. There's a call on the play for something. I'm not sure what for. Cameron, it looks like, might have stepped out of bounds. I'm not quite sure. But now it is turned over to Cornelia Chana, who makes a run for it on the right side. Looks like passes to number 88, who's gonna try to go through the hoop. It doesn't go, but Kim Chang is right there. Gets a little bit wrapped up though. Passes to number 21. Quaffle is on the right side with number 21 from Lost Boys right now. Protection from Smythe, allowing number 21 to take their time to find their options there. Chang is right at the small hoop. Chana was at the medium hoop, but they can just get to Chang, but I think it's going to be too hard with the scuffle in the back. A little bit of beater play right now. Salt Lake had bludger control, unfortunately lost it. Not a position you want to be in going on this offense. That was a goal for Salt Lake. good job on Salt Lake being able to do that despite not having bludger control and facing the strong Lost Boys defense right now. Score is now 20-40. Lost Boys advancing the quaffle on the left side with protection from Ramirez. Princeton Nguyen, number 21, has the quaffle still. Getting pressure from Allen, wrapped up. Allen is beat though. Looks like Nguyen could pass it maybe to number 88. Yep, that's what they do. Another quick pass to Nguyen. Not really many scoring options yet. Just watching to see what's going to happen. Nguyen and number 88 passing back and forth. Number 88 is Capitulo. Nguyen might have an opportunity to make a drive onto the small hoops, and they do, completely dislodging the hoop from its base. Hopefully that plastic coupler is okay. Nope, it is not. We need to replace that coupler. So we are fixing it right now. Tournament director Laura Porth racing on the field to replace the equipment so we can get play resumed quickly. We'll be right back, folks. I'm going to see if stopping and restarting this stream will help with the connection. We are back. They are still fixing the hoop. And Salt Lake has called a timeout. Score is now 20-50. Salt Lake defense is pretty strong here, but it has been really hard for them to find a way through the Lost Boys defense. The zone that Lost Boys is putting up is just proving to be incredibly effective, and it's making it hard for Lost Boys to find any moves, even when they're trying to, pass back and forth, try to delay things a little bit. Also, the pressure that Lost Boys is giving, in my opinion, unusually so this early in the game, is definitely having an effect on what this team is able to do. I've watched a lot of games of Quidditch this season in both divisions at all the USQ regionals, and I don't think I've noticed a team force this many resets. I started to notice it happening last week, I think, in Southwest regionals with the University of Texas, if I recall correctly. So to see Lost Boys doing it again and again, I think it's clearly working for them, right? Because it's preventing Salt Lake from doing anything on half of their offensive drives. I'm curious to see if this is something that we'll see Lost Boys employ throughout the day against other teams. Play has resumed. Equipment is now fixed. Salt Lake initially kind of racing up, but looks like they had a chaser slub, so slowing things down. Lost Boys with control here, getting pressure from Lost Boys. There's a wrap, doesn't quite do. That was effective. It forced the keeper back a little off balance, and they pass to Allen, and now the quaffle is back in the hands of the keeper. There's still a Salt Lake chaser behind the hoops in position, potentially for scoring. We have a beater sub on offense with Salt Lake having control. That is a little bit odd. This could be a good opportunity for them. I think they ran a little bit too wide. Oh, but that was awesome. A pass over the hoops to Allen, who is in position to score. I eat my words. Salt Lake did not need their beaters there. They just needed to keep the passing up, and Allen being right there at the small hoops was a good move. Score is now 30-50. Lost Boys. I was about to tell you all what was happening, but now there is a call on the play, so we will see what this is.
Him and Danny probably would have top one. He knows what he's doing.
Okay, so is there a card on this play? We're going to find out. Nope, we're good. No call on the play. It's confirmed by one of the ARs. Quaffle's just sitting there. Salt Lake gets it back. A beat by Kreger on... Oh, excuse me, there is a fast break now from Salt Lake. Passes it to Allen, who gets it in. Tackled, but that is a good goal. Unfortunately, Allen is on the ground. Hopefully they are okay. And there was a card for that contact. However, the penalty was negated by the goal, so there will be no time served for Lost Boys there. Score is now 40-50. This is the closest the game has been so far. DiCarlo passes to Nguyen. Some pressure, though, for number 44 on Salt Lake forces them to pass back to DiCarlo, who passes it to Simpson. Simpson looks like they're about to get beat, and they are forced reset by Lost Boys, thanks to that beat. Salt Lake giving them a little bit of their own strategy. I like to see it. Nguyen with the quaffle after passing back and forth again, getting some pressure from Salt Lake, which is good. Cito beats, though, one of the chasers that was going to go after Nguyen, but Salt Lake ready to pressure again. DiCarlo makes a run for it on the right side. Simpson in great position to score through that center hoop. There is a call on something. We will see what it is and if it negates that goal. Are putting everything into it. That goal by Simpson was good. That makes it 40-60. Simpson is the Lost Boys captain. Been with the team for a while. Very, very strong player. Salt Lake City with the quaffle, getting some pressure from Lost Boys, though, forces a pass to number 44. Looks like they're going to swap it. Tries to advance, gets blocked by a couple players, nearly goes in. Unfortunately, there was no player there to recover. DiCarlo, I believe that's DiCarlo. Yeah, has the quaffle. Excuse me, no, that was Woolsey. I keep getting them mixed up. I apologize. Woolsey is in right now as keeper for Lost Boys. They were the one who just led that offense, which led to a goal for Salt Lake. Score is now 40-70. And I don't think there's a call on that play. But play has resumed. Von Bar from Salt Lake has the quaffle. Salt Lake does not have bludger control right now, I don't think. I am trying to find the beaters. Yep, I found them. They have bludger control. Cito beats one of the Salt Lake chasers. They're coming for Von Bar. Another pass wrapped up, though, by Long. Drop the quaffle. Nguyen gets it, makes a run for it. Or excuse me, that might be Ducktran. Yeah, it scores through the hoop, and it goes in. And let me just confirm who made that goal, if I can see the back of their jersey. Nope, that was Princeton Nguyen, excuse me. Nguyen doing a great job with that drive right there. And aided by Long really getting in there with that tackle and forcing that quaffle to drop. Long trying to do this once again, pressuring the keeper, forcing a reset. That's what Lost Boys have been doing this entire game, but they fall back. But with Smythe coming up as beater, just in case they want to continue pressing. Smythe going up high again, forcing Salt Lake to go around the left. Marigold passes to Von Bar, who passes it back to Marigold, getting wrapped up by Nguyen. A straight pass, though, nearly to Woolsey's feet. Fortunately, Marigold went down, might be okay, I'm not sure. He's rubbing his head. We have an injury sub for Salt Lake so they can get checked out by a trainer. Score currently 40-80 in Lost Boys' favor. Quaffle goes back in the hands of Salt Lake. I think they have a good opportunity to score here, but Smythe is right there, as is Long and Woolsey. So we'll see what happens. There is another chaser available behind. We'll see what happens. Could also pass to Linton, number 16, who's right there. I can't wait to see what Salt Lake does. Yeah, and a pass. Bounces in. Goal is good for Salt Lake. No? Goal might not have been good. That was a quick turnover for Lost Boys, and they get that goal, I believe. 47 making a run for it, though. Von Bar. Things are moving very quickly. That goal was not, or that drive did not, Von Bar lost the ball because they were beat before, but number 52 races across, scores in the far right hoop. Another goal for Lost Boys, bringing their lead to 60 points. Von Bar with the quaffle, bringing it up. Looks like Allen is back in this game. Glad to see it. Hope she's okay. Von Bar is beat. Allen recovers the quaffle, though. Maybe going to slow it down a little bit. A little bit of confusion over who gets the bludger. Michael Vong was racing for it. It went out of bounds. Now it might be either Nathan Liu's or Michael Vong's. Refs are conferencing, and we will get clarity on this from Tommy Brown, the head ref. So Salt Lake City gets the ball because they were closer when the ball rolled out of bounds. And Liu beats Vong, a lovely little side beat there. Salt Lake back with bludger control. Cheyenne Long pressuring Vumbar. Now Chatna is pressuring Vumbar. Everyone going after Cameron. A roll to Allen. Vumbar there to receive the pass, and that is a goal. Should be a goal for Salt Lake. The score is now 50-10, or 50-100, excuse me. I really loved that coordination from Salt Lake right there. And Vumbar is just hustling, making sure he's available at all times to help his players. Scarfoni in his keeper again. Some positioning changes from Lost Boys as number 8 runs to the other side. There's no really, Chana is on the left side. We'll see if they end up parking themselves near that small hoop as a scoring option. They are wide open right now. Oh, but a little bit too low. Goes to Vumbar. He's going to make a fast break. Goes for it. Avoids being beat and scores. 20-minute intermission. Oh, Vumbar, though, limping a little bit, unfortunately. I hope he's okay. Maybe it could just be a cramp. Maybe a stub toe, we're not sure. Play is resumed. Quaffle is in the hands of Lost Boys. Liu and Vong keep engaging in some fun bludger exchanges, but Liu has the quaffle. DeCarlo in at seeker, getting some good looks thanks to protection from Vong, who doesn't have a quaffle or doesn't have a bludger. I spoke too soon. Vong now has a bludger. DeCarlo getting low. Oh, nearly had it right there. A wrap around the right side. Utah not able to get in there thanks to pressure from Vong. On the offense side, a pass to Chana, who passes it back to Scarfoni, I believe, who passes it to Long, who's right next to him. Scarfoni back with the quaffle. That's a forced reset. Marigold going in hard, forces another pass to Long, who looks like maybe going to go to Chana. Yeah, Chana's right there. But unfortunately, due to where Chana was on the other side of the midfield line, I think that's going to be called as a turnover for Salt Lake. Michael Vong, though, right there, I think it's likely that Marigold gets beat, so he's going to throw that bludger. Vong didn't even need to release. And there's another exchange between Liu and Vong. And Liu loses the bludger. That is a goal from Salt Lake, though. Score is now 70-100. I should add, set score is 170. DeCarlo, as we like to say, getting some one-on-one time with the snitch. Taking his time. Meanwhile, on the quaffle, oh, that was a pull. That was a, right as I switch, Quaffle just, DeCarlo waiting for just the right moment. Pulls. It didn't look like the snitch. Quickest deliberation I've seen. Catch for Lost Boys is good. great work by DiCarlo. Not really going for it a lot, but just being very strategic about when to dive. And you saw the slowdown right there really, really worked in their favor, and then they were able to just catch the snitch off guard a little bit and pulled, giving their team 35 points. Score is now 70-135. Lost Boys needs 4 more goals to win this game. Now we are back to just regular play. Scarfoni with the quaffle, getting wrapped up by Lost Boys, forcing him back, passes to Chana, who makes a pass into the small hoop. I don't hear, though, that the goal was good, but it looks like maybe another player tossed it through, and it'll be good. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Goal is good. Cool. I'm not sure which goal was good, if it was the first one or the second one, but maybe it's possible the first one didn't go in. You know, live stream, we're looking at things from a different angle. Point, though, Salt Lake now needs 3 more goals to win. Lost Boys needs 3 more goals to win. And Salt Lake, though, has bludger control on this offense. We'll see if this gives them an advantage. They haven't in the past needed their beaters, but I think this is a good moment to see if they can get creative and really take advantage of the protection they can provide, because they are immediately getting pressure from Lost Boys chasers, who are not afraid to really get in there. Because they switched to Mark D, which makes sense. Great scoring opportunity. Unfortunately, just not quite catches it. But good hustle from number 6 to try to get the quaffle back. Or excuse me, from 9. Good hustle on 9. Anyway, quaffle is back with Lost Boys. Kim Chang gets it, passes it to Cornelia Chana, passes it to Lost Boys player on the right side. Salt Lake, though, also providing that pressure. Scarfoni with the quaffle for Lost Boys. Kim Chang being directed to get a little bit closer to Scarfoni as the wing chaser. There's also another passing option on the other side of the field. Good blocked beat, though, provides protection for Scarfoni to move. Lost Boys chaser is moving, but Salt Lake is also applying pressure. Their keeper really preventing the player from getting in there. And that is a block. Quaffle is back in the hands with Lost Boys. Back in the hands with Salt Lake. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep getting these teams mixed up. Number 0 on Salt Lake has the quaffle as there's a keeper sub for Salt Lake. Salt Lake lost bludger control, though, in that offense. And since Lost Boys has bludger control, they are back in the zone. Krager on Lost Boys joining the 2-point defenders to provide some protection here. Number 44 passes over to 0. I think it's going to go out of bounds, though. Unfortunately, it does, and that's going to be a turnover to Lost Boys. Strong defense from Salt Lake here to prevent the score from really, really running up. But unfortunately, we're seeing once again the strong Lost Boys defense just making it very challenging for Salt Lake to get any scoring opportunities in. So we've had a keeper sub, I believe, for Salt Lake, and that's number 52, Woolsey. And at goal, no good for Lost Boys. I didn't hear the whistle. Goal was good. Score is now 70-155. Lost Boys needing 2 more goals to win this game. And play has resumed. Lost Boys still with... Lost Boys lost bludger control? Yes, they did, unfortunately. They are still in a zone, which is interesting. Quaffle swap from number 44 to 0. Bautista has it. I think they can get it in if they just go. Oh, they kept running, and that was a tackle by Woolsey, I believe. And now the Quaffle is going to be back in the hands of Lost Boys, I'm sure. Interesting beater exchange results in a... Maybe a possible face beat call. The beater arguing that because the beater had a bludger, they are allowed to be beat in the face. The face beat rules got a really huge overhaul this season, and now there is several factors that you consider to help guide refs in determining if a face beat is illegal, and in this case, it was. So the rule is significantly more complicated than what this player might have thought, unfortunately. So that player is going to go in the box for a face beat. I believe that is a yellow card on that beater. Unfortunate, as what they were doing was attempting to keep bludger control, and now their other beater was beat. The bludger is just sort of sitting there, and this is going to be an easy goal for Lost Boys. Ref confirms goal is good. And that means that because of that goal, Salt Lake now has both of its beaters back, but they still do not have control. Number 44 with the Quaffle advancing. We're seeing high pressure again from Lost Boys from 2-point defenders, making it really hard for 44 to have any options here right now. Passes to Marigold, who looks like it's going to go in. It bounces, but goal ref calls it good. AR says good. Will the ref say that it's good? I guess not. Woolsey runs, is beat, recovered by number 99, who wraps, passes to number 9, another Lost Boys player who is beat, unfortunately, and Quaffle is back with Salt Lake. So I guess that goal earlier was no good. I'm assuming beat before, but I did not see it. Score is still 70 to 165. Great beat on the part of Salt Lake right there to get the, I believe, like a foot or a broom. So number 44, again with the Quaffle. Salt Lake with bludger control here. Lou beating number 99, making them go back to hoops, but Lost Boys player still there, but they get beat. But Lost Boys just rotating in, more chasers. Number 44 is able to find a lane, goes in, scores. Now is 80-165, but that is a turnover on the fast break. And unfortunately, this game has ended, or fortunately, depending on who you are rooting for. Final score is 80-175. This means that Lost Boys will advance in the championship bracket. They will play Seattle Quidditch Club at approximately 12:45 p.m. Mountain Time today. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone, and we hope to see you later this weekend for the conclusion of the tournament.